Everybody in Facebook.
Yeah, so
after a few
we are live
technical difficulties.
Yes, and what I posted, because I actually shared saying we're having technical difficulties and how perfect and so not a coincidence with today's topic, right? So the energy of uncertainty, and it's the uncertainty of technology. Yes. Anyhow. So my name is Anuschka Alborzian. Happy Monday. I'm an empowerment health coach and energy healer. And today we are going to be talking about the energy of uncertainty. And Jacob, please.
Absolutely. Jacob Moya. I'm also a healer, a researcher of all things energetic, a practitioner of energy medicine. And I change my title every time because I don't have a specific title. It's not one thing that I do. I do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So apologies if I confuse anybody with that.
Overall, I still see it as like the shaman of all shamans, because you just have so much amazing wisdom and everyone's always learning from you. So I love it. And yeah, so today we just thought about, hey, let's talk about some uncertainty energy, because there's been a lot of that. Oh, I think technical difficulties are happening again.
Yeah, I know, but I stopped my, what happened is that I catch another Wi-Fi connection, so I went into cellular.
Okay.
Should be better.
Yeah.
Should be better. But anyway, what happens with me is that I'm a channeler, and it's not that I am that wise, is that I've been consistent in my channeling practices. And so what I receive is usually information or healing processes that come through me to other people. And my natural awareness and curiosity allow me to understand things a little bit better. And because I am dyslexic, I need to be able to process the things in a very specific way so I can understand them. And that helped me a lot. That helped me to actually understand what we are going through and what we're living. So uncertainty, it's an amazing topic because life is completely uncertain, And many times in these conversations and in other conversations that Anuschka had with other of her guests, often talks about the brain, the rational brain, and how we think and how we work. And honestly, what I think is that what's really going on, and I'm gonna go a little bit deep. So if I lose anybody, just apologize and just try to catch on and follow through. Yeah, ask questions, because that will help a lot. But in reality, the way that I see it is that we evolve as a society at a very fast pace compared to the natural biological evolutions of ourselves. And that created something very unique, very, very, very particular, because our way of living, our way of thinking and believing haven't catch up, or our biology haven't catch up with all that. And so we still like resetting ourselves and adapting to the new changes of living in society. Because on the last 200 years, we went from barely eating, and having a lot of exposure to bacteria and viruses and fungi and all that good stuff, to where we are right now, which is most people eat 3 times a day in the West, at least. And we have running water, and we have toilets, and we have a very sedentary life. And especially on the last, I will say, the last 100 years, we've been into the extreme, searching for comfort at all times. So why I'm going with all this is because we do have two brains. I mean, that's very well known through science. You know, we have our left and the right hemisphere, and then we have a little bit tiny clusters of other parts of the brain in the front and in the back, frontal lobe, and so on and so forth. But the thing here is that each one of our brains help us for something. And it was developed that way because of a process of evolution. And our biology was always making the changes and the adaptations that we needed, because the changes and the adaptations were very subtle. You know, it took years for us to change dramatically. But nowadays, because we are at the end of the era, changes are happening extremely fast. And we can see the growth that we are having in our personal life right now. And if you check with your ancestors or with elders, you will notice that usually it took 2-3 generations to produce all those kind of changes in their life. And now we are experiencing those changes in one lifetime, you know, and we still have a lot of life, you know, ahead of us, you know, and so it's just too much for our biology to handle it. Now,
and our lifespan as humanity has increased. Like before, people were dying, like let's say the average age of 50s, and now it's like,
right.
I mean, you're hearing more and more people living beyond 100, which is amazing.
Yeah. But the thing is, like I said, I mean, the problem is that our lifestyle haven't been able to support all those changes at a biological level.
Right.
So we don't do enough exercise. We don't have time for reflection. We don't experience a lot of solitude. We are always busy. Our mind is always in receiving mode. You know, we barely have the time to analyze. It's like many times, and even I'm not perfect, okay? I am also part of this consciousness that are experiencing life this way. And I notice on myself, I mean, I finished something, a book, and I pick my interest in something else, and it complements this information. So I keep going towards that information. I keep researching on that information, get new books and stuff. And in reality, one good book can give you information to work through a year, you know, because it's very deep in knowledge, and you really need to complement the new information with all the previous information that you receive in order to understand it and to really apply it and make the changes that you need to. In uncertainty, it goes hand to hand on this, because the side of our brain, there is very fear about changes and about something that we haven't experienced is our rational brain. You know, in our rational brain, it's very logical. And the work of your rational, logical brain is to keep you alive, you know, to help you make decisions in a heartbeat, to stop your digestive process if you find in a stressful situation, so you don't have to waste time trying to accommodate yourself to release all the waste inside of your body while you have to run, defend, or fight yourself. You know, everything was created in a good way. But the problem with that is that we don't have that other side of life that allowed you, or that allow us to go back to neutral, you know, to activate that neutrality inside of us so we can have both things. Because creativity, opportunity, embracing future, hope, faith, all those things come from the other brain. You know, the brain that is not rational, the brain that is all about your energetic self, your higher chakras. In that brain, rarely have the opportunity to show up and do its work on your life. You know, why? Because again, we are overloaded with everything. I mean, I am right now in my car because technology didn't work on my home, and in front of me, I'm in a what is it? It's a dry clean place. It's a dry clean business. And I mean, just the front door is full of information, you know. I just gotta show you guys, you know, a quick peek.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's like one message on one side, another message on the other side, another message, and it's actually the same information, you know. But for your brain, remember that your brain operates in a biological way. It's not on the logical way. It's like, okay, if it's the same information, I should focus on just on one side. No, for your brain, if you have in front of you two sets of equal information, needs to process both things and start looking for differences, because it needs to find if nothing that is in front of you is threatening or threatening your life, you know. And so that forced my brain to be in an absorbing mode, to paying attention. And if I start driving, I'm gonna see cars in different colors with the stickers. Some are clean, some are old, some are new, some I like it, some I don't. So, you know, I'm gonna see men, women, children. So it's always in constant receiving mode. And if I go to my home, I'm gonna put my music, and I'm gonna start working on my computer, and then I check my email, and I have 200 emails there to go over, and 99% of them are just trying to sell me anything. Yeah, yeah. So you know, and we're always like that. We're always receiving and receiving and receiving. So it's always is the left side of our brain, the one that is active, the one that is always there. So of course, like for example, right now when we were at my when I was at my home and trying to connect, and uncertainty show up, you know, if I wouldn't be a person that practice meditation every day, I would be like, oh my God, we can connect, oh my, and get stressed, and oh shoot, and get stuck, right? Because my logical, rational brain was not seeing that my life was in danger, so it wouldn't shoot to me alternatives, you know, and it wouldn't calm me down and say, you know what, everything happens for a reason. You're gonna be alive if it's meant to be, and if it's not, nothing's gonna happen, you know, and probably people are gonna be late as well. So, you know, don't worry about it, right? That thing is not logical, right? That logical is I should turn on a machine and should act in the way they usually acts. That's a logical thing. So uncertainty show up, and then I was like, okay, so if it's not working this, and I already reset my phone, and go through the whole process, it's not working, well, maybe if I go a different connection, it can work. And I show up in a place that I usually come to purchase use, that they have a good internet, and I am outside of that place. Well, guess what? It didn't work as well, you know, but I am on the cellular data now, and because I am downhill, I live in the top of a mountain, so because I'm downhill, I have better cell phone signal here, and I'm able to do all this communication. But all these happen because my right brain was able to see possibilities and to see that everything happens for a good reason. But the only reason that I have that privilege is because I practice meditation, and I go into quiet mode every single day. And because my work, my job is as a therapist, allow me to connect with people and go into them and their things at one time, you know, and I need to focus on them. So I, most of the times when I'm doing healing sessions, I'm with my eyes closed, because I don't want any distractions activating the wrong side of my brain, right? Yeah. Because like I said, I'm channeling. My situation is a little bit different, right? It's not like a typical therapist, because if I open my eyes, I'm gonna get distracted, and then I'm gonna activate my brain, and I'm gonna start thinking that I know what is it that I need to do for this person, instead of allowing the energy and the connection of the energy between me and my client to dictate our therapy. You know, and that is the difference. So it's a biological problem. Now, what the reason that I am going to this information and post this information this way is because we all have different upbringings, right? We all are coming from I mean, we have different ages, different ethnic backgrounds, ages. We have, there's a lot of differences inside of us.
Oh yeah.
In
even
our, right, in our heritage influence a lot the way we process things. Like, for example, if you come in, it's actually, you know, it's way easier to see it in this other way. And it just came to me from the creativity brain, you know, the right side of my brain. Check in your family the type of astrological signs that you have. And now check with your cousins, you know. And even though your parents are the first cousins, I'm talking, they're related, they're siblings, most likely the energy is different. And I see it in my own family. Like, for example, in my family, most of the signs are more into, it's the physical side, but also with a little bit of spirituality. Like for example, my mother is Libra, my sister, younger sister, is Virgo, and my older sister is Scorpio. You know, Scorpio are very about passion, about creating their own reality, even if it's fictitious. It's about complaining about things and so on and so forth. She's the older one. And then it's me that I am all like woo woo, right? And then my younger sister, she's also a channeler, but she's not a practitioner. She don't practice this. She have her regular job, and it's all about business and control and so on and so forth. But she have,
what sign?
She's Virgo.
Oh, she's the Virgo one. Okay.
Virgo, yeah. And my daughter is a Virgo as well. But if I check with my cousins, I have the Scorpios all over the place, and it's like very intense family, you know. And I see it all the time. I see it with relatives all the time, that they have, you know, like it's very intense household, or it's a very mild household, you know, because I pay a lot of attention in the environment. And for me, the environment is the environment that you grew up on, because that's what created your natural way of seeing things. So because of all that, and because we all been good and bad, we all been victims, and we all been perpetrators through all our lifetimes, we have the opportunity of process things in a very particular way. So, for example, if on your heritage you were a person that someone in your family killed themselves, you know, and it's like a secret because you don't want anybody else to know, and it's something that is being on the generations going forward, and it was out of love, you know. Well, now most people that are coming after that lineage most likely are going to be people that don't trust love that much, right? Because love creates death, you know. So the way that you process things are very physical. So you focus on the physical aspects of a relationship, right? So now, if you have some sort of uncertainty when it comes to a relationship, you're going to jump immediately, right? Because it's in your program. In your program, an issue with love is going to create death, you know? So you guys going to avoid it at all costs. But if we go to another heritage, another family, 2-3 generations up, and we find that also love created or someone that lose a loved one because of a tragic accident, you know, is one of those sudden situations that no one is prepared. You couldn't foresee coming, and then boom, they die, and the person was about to get married, and she eventually remarried to another person, and so on and so forth, and they live their life. Well, now this person, the type of uncertainty that is very, very threatening to them is going to be everything that is related to transportation, right? Because it's something that created a lot of pain in the heritage. And that energy, if it's not released properly and healed properly, is being passed and passed through generations, because it's something that you guys have need to experience. And the reason that you choose that family for this particular reincarnation is because of that program that was going to help you to heal, to conquer, to control something that you are working on, you know? And so the thing here is that we all are carrying all these different programs, but we all at the same time are very preoccupied in bringing information into our brain, you know, not allowing us to release it. And believe me, our biology don't know yet how to change that, you know. When Anuschka went through her own healing process, one of the things that you did, it was disconnected from the outside world, right? To start researching and searching inside of you. And that's what allowed you to find the answers that you were looking for. It was because we're not coming from your logical brain. Your logical brain should have followed the instructions of the doctor because he knows what he's doing, right? He knows better, right? And he was totally wrong.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I had Ashkan do all the researching. I'm like, I am not going to do this.
No, exactly. And what happened? So it forced you to activate that other side of your brain.
Yes.
Right? That is all about possibilities. That is all about changes, and it's about the future, and it's about creativity and miracles and faith and all those different things that are not logical.
No,
but like, they are
also a lot of uncertainty, obviously, right? That was the most uncertain time of my life. And I really had two choices. And this goes for anyone when they deal with uncertainty of something, right? Something happens.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh. So you can either get curious and say it's just what's happening, accept what's so, and have all the possibilities show up, or you get into fear mode. And unfortunately, when you get into that fear mode, logic goes out the door. Intuition is gone. And you get stuck in wherever you are, and the energy of that will remain. And therefore, you won't heal what's happening.
Right. So there you go. I mean, that's how it is, you see. So you need to find a way, instead of just healing something or healing the event, like for example, you lose your job, and instead of just focusing on healing the interaction that created that you get fired or the business closed or whatever it is, just take a little bit of time and go inside of you, you know, and allow that other part of the brain to get activated, because the solutions are on that side of the brain. You know, remember, you are reacting towards uncertainty with the wrong side of the brain, you know.
And it can be power, right? Like that's one thing that you can really see uncertainty as like the possibility of manifesting that which you desire and really creating that best case scenario rather than going into the worst case scenario.
Absolutely. And the very best, I mean, as usual, Anuschka brings very, very important information. You know, just one of the things that I do with the people that I work with, we usually have at least 4 therapists. And one of the things that I ask them since their very first session is to go through the life and search for all the things that created or that were painful or that were unexpected in their lives, and then try to find out all the positive outcomes that came out of that experience. Because in reality, we all find it all the time, that it was a good thing, that bad situation that happened to us. And because of that bad thing, we were able to experience a lot of good things. And it's always like that. I mean, every bad thing that happens into your life is just an instrument that is bringing you or delivering to you, to your life, forcing you to connect with new people, to find new answers, to discover new things and possibilities,
To
so
heal
on and so
your
forth.
wounds that have.
Yeah, and it's incredible. Like right now, for example, I've been very complacent because I've been very busy at the holistic center that I usually work at, and for whatever reason, they start doing a remodeling and so on and so forth. So long story short, we haven't been able to open the center, and it's gonna be closed, and they're still gonna be working, and then we have COVID on top of it, and so the situation is that I am not receiving the income that I usually receive from the center, right? So I can see that as a bad thing, or I can know that this is happening for my own good, right? And it's allowing me to do things. And one of the things that I'm getting right now is that I have time to read, you know, and research. But it's a different type of research, because now I can get a hunch. And if I say, oh, it sounds like a possibility, you know, go deeper, deeper, deeper. And right now, one of the things that I do at the center is that I check, I do live blood analysis, live and dry blood analysis, you know, to find out where they are at cellular level, and compare it where they are right now and after the sessions, how they are, you know, and see the changes, because it's that fast, you know, when you have equipment and machines and all the magnets and all that good stuff, you know, the body starts shifting in an hour. And so I, because of that, I do the live blood. I was researching with another guy. They have a whole system based on blood to find things that are incredible. Like for example, and this complements together the other thing that I was telling you about the emotions and how we react and how we create our reality based on our biology. And the book of this guy got nothing to do with what I'm gonna tell you, but for me, because I have all this information and time to do reflection, I was able to put the pieces together. And in his book, where he's showing you this, they have a name, but I haven't remembered that. I want to say metaphoric, but it's not metaphoric. Formations in your blood. They shows like clouds or crystals or things. It's coming out of your blood, basically. And he was showing a femur of a person, you know, and he was telling or sharing in the book, this is a femur of the person, and she broke her femur 2 weeks after this sample. And for me, it was like, of course, you know, totally makes sense. And he puts the image of an X-ray of a femur, and then the image that he got on the blood sample, and yeah, you can see it. You know, it's very very alike. And it's incredible for me because, of course, we are creating our reality. He just asked, he's an MD, right? The guy that did all this research is a doctor, but he was hooked on all these things and very curious and start finding all these things in the blood. And so now he have a whole system that you can study and learn just by seeing samples of the blood.
You know,
oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. You know, I will text it over to you.
Okay, yes.
I have no idea.
You can post it in the comments.
Yeah. No, I don't even remember. And I had.
These are not my things, so I get
it. But the thing here is that he's the research is based on something else. You know, it's about how your body shows the problems that you are carrying. You know, it's like, for example, very similar to a colon, and then you have issues in the colon, you know, and very similar. So his point is that we are an holographic form, and your body is actually letting you know what is wrong in the blood, you know, way before it happens or when it happens, when you are happening, when you are having the problem. And then if he's hollow, he says, is lack of consciousness, you know, and if he's full, is stuck, you know, is that there's something, there's an emotion that is trapped there. And he goes through the healing process of all that. So the thing here is that in this case that he's showing is her biology was doing the shifts inside of her body to allow her to go through the experience of a broken femur because she's trying to repair something through that. So now if we go into biodecodification,
before the femur was broken, even
way before, 2 weeks before, you know. And if we go into decodification and you find broken bones, it really depends on if it's on the left or on the right. And there's a lot of research, and it's not an exact science, you know. But what is beautiful about all this is that it proves how your biology forces you to live your reality, you know. And like I said, the challenge that we have right now is that our biology haven't been able to catch up to the point that we are able to live and exist just using one side of the brain, you know. And you need to give yourself permission, silence, to experience silence, you know. The ideal thing, and believe me, it will help heal a lot of health issues if people can take 30 minutes and go for a barefoot walk on grass, on the beach, on dirt, without any distractions, you know. Just breathing in and out, if possible, with the eyes closed. If not, just seeing the next step and just allowing the mind to download everything. You know, it will help you to release.
When you mentioned that, I actually have noticed there's times when I go biking and it's like, I'm just, you know, I'm focused on just going forward, and there are times when I do that and I end up getting messages. Just, I'm not connected fully to the ground.
Yes.
But I think it's just the focus of doing the monotone, no distractions, right? Just straight.
It can help, but imagine if you are getting all those messages while your brain are still receiving information, because you are checking where you're going, you know.
Yeah,
you are still doing that. Now you meditate, so that's a little bit different. But for most people that don't practice meditation, it's all about that, you know. It's about being able to stop, like stop the car, you know. It's like stop the world for a second, and then just go inside of you, you know. If you were able to walk barefoot 30 minutes every single day for a year, you will start changing your life, because you're going to be able to release emotions that are inside of you, you know. You're going to be able to reconnect with the earth and receive energy that you need inside of your body. We all need that energy inside of our body, but unfortunately new shoes are, it's almost impossible for you to get it, because they are all synthetic rubber. So it isolates you, whatever you say. And it will help you to release stress, you know, to calm down and to bring back your all this fight or flight mode, the sympathetic mode, and going to parasympathetic, and your craniosacral pump to open up, and you know, it will help you dramatically. But unfortunately, when we go out to jog or to do something, we bring our headphones and we put music on, and or we have phone calls and so on and so forth, you know, and that's not allowing you to just take in the environment, take in what is natural for us, you know. And that's something that will really help you. And if you have uncertainty in your life, and instead of practicing 30 minutes, you go for an hour, you will start noticing the changes, you know. You will start noticing that you little by little is gonna see this as an opportunity. And if you have the intention of seeing these events that are happening in your life as an opportunity, it will be even better. You know, just it's gonna show you ways out, like 100 ways out. You know, and remember, everything starts with that. You know, everything starts with a hunch, with an idea, and then out of that, you have businesses like IKEA. You know, you have businesses like Uber. You have businesses like DoorDash. You know, you have all these. I mean, Airbnb. You know, you have all these incredible business that came to people out of a moment. So that's all you need. You know, that's all you need. Yeah, of course, and take action and believe in what you are doing, because like I said, it's always about that. You know, it's always about being able to create whatever it is that you want to create in your life, but it's never gonna come out of your rational brain. It's not a test. You know, it's not an exam. It's not something that you're gonna show up and just download all the stuff that you're carrying in your brain and forget about it for the rest of your life. No, this is about making the changes that you need to transform yourself, to transform your life.
Absolutely. And in those moments, one of the things you can also do is just focus on what you desire to manifest, focus on what you desire to receive, more on like,
well,
not
yeah,
like
but the thing here is like yes, what you are saying is very important, of course, but that's the second step. First, you need to be clear on what is it that you need, and in order for you to find what is it that you want to have in your life, to experience in your life, to conjure blessings, to experience gratitude, all that stuff, is to slow down. You know, it's just to wait a little bit, hold your horses, and start just being having time with yourself. I mean, I invite you all.
Making time for yourself.
Yeah.
Like people say, "Oh, I don't have time." Like, you gotta block that time. You gotta block it.
Yes, that's why I'm telling you. You know, you need that time. You know, you really need to schedule it, and you need at least 30 minutes of that. And I mean, we have our meditation tonight at 7, and it's all about that. You know, it's all about releasing everybody else's energy. It's about releasing your day, and it's about scheduling your week. You know, setting up the intention for your week. And I invite you all guys to come, to show up, and to give yourself the opportunity of do something different. You know, something that will help you. The way that we meditate is very, very different. There's no one else in the internet doing this type of meditation, because it's a meditation that was channeled to me. And my guides are very weird. You know, it's like they have this mastery about energy and all things energy. And we reach the same levels of awareness that people reach with transcendental meditation, but in a way easy way. You know, it's extremely easy for us to reach those levels. It's very, very mild, very, very, I mean, I don't have any other way to put it. It's very straightforward. You know, it's very difficult to do it wrong. And we do have people in the group that already went through awakenings and awarenesses and all that good stuff. And it's not just one person, you know. So allow yourself that gift. Allow yourself that gift. It's the best investment that you can do. It's only $20. Now we have a monthly plan for those that are interested. And it's once a week. It usually takes us an hour, but if you learn the meditation and you practice it on your own the rest of the week, you don't have to do it for an hour. I mean, you reach to those levels in 5-10 minutes, you know. But here in the group, because we always have new people and we chat and so on and so forth, it takes longer. But it is very simple, guys. It's very easy, you know. So I strongly suggest you guys to take a little bit time for yourself and allow it to allow yourself to experience these and start activating that other part of your brain that is, it's a very important part of your biology, and it's here to serve you, you know. So
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I know I've noticed a huge difference. And I notice doing these types of meditations, I really get what it means to have the physical body go to sleep, but your consciousness is not, in a sense. So that's when you're getting that connection, right? And
Yes.
path lies where when you're in that mode, the brain, and I know we're up on time, but the brain becomes like the theta wave, which is exactly what we need for subconscious reprogramming, clearing the energy and getting connected and getting messages and really getting inner guidance from your own inner wisdom. That's why it's
Yeah.
yeah. And I know we're up on time, but real quick too, with all the uncertainty that's been out in the world, not like it's ever certain, but right now I feel like there is more uncertainty. So with that, we are postponing the pendulum workshop. So it is no longer happening this Sunday. I did want to put that out there, and I will reach out to those of you specifically that were planning on joining us, but I do want to share that information too. So
Excellent, excellent. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. And we always do things, and that's what I teach you guys, and that's what I need you, Anushka, teach you, that we live in the flow, right? And when things are not coming together very easily and very fast, there's a good reason, right? And we trust our wisdom because we embrace the uncertainty, we embrace change, we embrace everything the life throws of us because we know that it's for best. You
absolutely.
know, and we don't know yet, but there's a reason for it, and eventually it's gonna show up, and we'll share with you guys.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And there's always no make wrong, right? If something comes up, because that's one of the things I notice people will say, I made my word for this and I want to be in integrity and this and that. And it's like totally awesome. And you got to just be unattached. I know I did that. I was going to start a program last week and all of a sudden I felt one obstacle after another. I'm like, okay, something needs to shift here. And that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
yeah.
get all upset about it because hey, who knows what maybe the next thing that's going to come out is going to be even better, right?
Even better, yeah. Or you're gonna do or have the connection with someone that is gonna help you to take that program to another level. So
Exactly.
it's always for your own good. It's
Yeah.
always like that, guys. And do the exercise that we mentioned before. Join the meditation, do the walk-ins, you know, and allow yourself to start transforming from the inside out. I mean, now is the perfect time. We're at the beginning of the year. Imagine where you can be on your next winter if you try to follow through with this, you know.
Yeah.
It's so give yourself the possibility. And if you are in a very cold weather, you don't have to walk on the snow. You can go in the garage. You can go to any place, even the kitchen. Sometimes they have tiles on the kitchen. Everything that is connected to the earth will work for you, you know. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for joining us and hope to see you tonight. Those of you that are pulled to join us for a deep meditation, we will post about that throughout the day. Bye.
take care, guys. Bye bye.